Damn Origami King, always making me want to frickin'. Now I want to play a Paper Mario game. Where did I put that damn thing? There you are. Beautiful. Just where I left you. They told me to play you, but none of the other ones. Well, let's just get you out of here. Oh! Hey guys, it's Bao. With Paper Mario the Origami King around the corner, I think it's finally time that we take a look at the original Paper Mario. This is one of those Nintendo franchises that went right under the radar for me. You see, back in the day, I was a PlayStation fanboy, and I never even knew what this series was about. I don't think Nintendo does either by the look of things. So why don't we check this game out and see what makes this game loved by so many? Spoiler alert! You'll be going to seeing lots of gameplay and spoilers in this video. If you have not played this game yet, I fully recommend you do so. And with that in mind, let's get on to the show. This story begins with Mario and Luigi receiving a letter from Princess Peach inviting the brothers to the castle for a party. As you go up to the castle to meet with the princess, a massive earthquake takes place as Bowser's fortress lifts up the princess's castle into the sky. As Mario stabilizes himself, he soon realizes that Bowser is at it again by trying to kidnap Princess Peach. Bowser then jumps through the window and the first battle ensues. To the player, I think this is a pretty good way of showing basic controls and the flow of the game without really needing to worry too much. Bowser during the fight reveals he has a star rod that makes himself invincible before beating Mario up and throwing him out of the castle to the world below. You are then saved by the 7 star spirits, or what's left of them, and if you put 2 and 2 together, you get the basic plot. Save the 7 star spirits, defeat Bowser and his minions, and save the princess. A brief moment after all of that, and you run into Goombario, and it turns out that he will be your first companion throughout the journey. These companions act like an additional character in your battles in the future. They don't sport any kind of hit points, and they can only be upgraded twice, but each provide unique roles and additional strategy for Mario. They can, however, be knocked out for a certain amount of turns, so watch out for that. Anyways, you'll soon transfer Goombario out immediately for Kooper the Koopa because Goombario is useless and will stay on the sidelines where he belongs. Some of these roles your companions have include being able to do a lot of damage, or breaking through tough armored enemies, while others can help Mario by making him immune to attacks for a turn like Bo the Boo, or giving him a power attack upgrade like What the Light? You can also be useless and never be used like Goombario. Being useless is a role too, right? They all also have an additional role to help Mario navigate the terrain in the Mushroom Kingdom. Like Parakarry the Flying Koopa, he can help Mario over large gaps, and Sushi the Cheep Cheep helps Mario swim in water. I think this really brings an extra layer of exploration in this game because you want to find out who to use what in what situations, so that you can actually find the best loot. While some characters I didn't use much, others I used much more often. Watt was probably my favorite character to use. He could do decent damage even against the most armored enemies, and even paralyze people if he needed to. He can even boost Mario's attack power if needed. Moving on to game mechanics, this game is a button prompt system that allows you to get additional attacks in, provided that you time your hits correctly. Some of these attacks just require you to hit the A button at the right time, or just smack the joystick to the left really fast. This makes the game really fresh and allows you to kind of pick the system that works for you. My most used attack was called multi-bounce, that let you jump on all the enemies in a row as long as you hit all of the prompts. Combine that with the badge spike shield, it made that attack the main attack for me for a good portion of the game. On top of that, we actually have the badge point system here. This is probably the best part of customizing Mario to suit your needs. When you first start, you only have a hammer and a jump attack, but with these badges, you can actually add special abilities to your jump and hammer attacks, as such as like hammer throw, or my favorite, you literally jump on the enemy until you miss a button prompt. There are even badges that will help you with other things, like giving you extra health points, increasing your damage or defense, or even help with stuff like stopping status effects, or even adding ice and fire damage to your attack. This is all limited, of course, with how many badge points you can equip, with some badges costing much more than others. With all this topped with a single HP pool for Mario, you really have a simple RPG experience that will not overwhelm a new player. But it's still deep enough to keep a veteran RPG player interested. Well done, Nintendo. I think this is a good time to talk about the story of Paper Mario. Other than saving the 7 star spirits, Nope, nothing. It's a real straight story with this one. But I think diving into the characters and the simple plot is really where this game shines. This game just bursts with likable characters, from Koopa Jr., who's always trying to get Mario, to the characters you pick up along the way, and even the bosses themselves are likable, save for like a few disappointments. But seriously, there's a part with the boss Tubba Blubba who hid his heart away to become invincible, and he did it because the boos you were helping kept scaring him all the time. This game is presented like a storybook, with each star being a chapter, and here I'd like to cover some of my favorites and not so favorite. First shoutouts are the desert ruins and the temple that I really enjoyed playing. I liked how they interpreted the desert in this, and how you were able to find like a whole bunch of secrets in it, such as the oasis, and you were able to get like an upgrade for one of your people there, one of your companions. The dungeon in this area was pretty good as well, which gave me some pretty good puzzle elements, and it was just a surprise seeing a desert area done this well. Tubba Blubba's Fortress was a really neat concept because the goal wasn't to beat it, but instead sneak your way through it and avoid the little UFOs while you're trying to figure out Tubba Blubba's weakness. The toy box wasn't super interesting, but it totally gets style points for being that colorful. Using the train to get around to unlock each station was also a very cool change of pace. My favorite area though is towards the end with the Crystal Palace. The aesthetics were really top notch, and it was very beautiful to look at. The mirror gimmick was really cool, where you needed to kind of jump back and forth between them. And of course, some of the puzzles were really inventive, like this right here, where you use your companion to clear a path and then they split off into multiple copies of themselves. You then need to hit ones you think are fake with the hammer, and I really like this part. Most places in the game were done pretty well other than the flower fields. This was just a huge puzzle and fetch quest, and the area acted as the dungeon itself. This whole area felt like it was dragging on too long for my taste. The boss as well was also very unfulfilling to fight. Hit big cloud, hit small cloud, go boom! And definitely the weakest point of the game. The graphics that this game displays still surprises me even after beating it. The use of 2D characters somehow makes the characters all pop out and seem more defined and sharp than most other N64 games. This really is one of the best looking games on the system. Look, let's compare it to some of the other games on this platform. Here we got Mario 64 and Paper Mario. But you know what? Paper Mario did release later, so let's put up something a little closer to that release date. It really did show that the N64 was capable of really good looking games. We've conquered the heat of the desert. climb the mountain peaks I forgot to put this area in the script, delve deep into the volcano and survived flowers, I guess, and now we enter Bowser's castle. This is the longest dungeon with the toughest enemies, as you fight your way up with not Goombario. You finally reach Bowser himself. And with your power of the Star Spirits and the combined wishes of everyone in the Mushroom Kingdom, you dethrone King Bowser and save the kingdom.
You weren't expecting any plot twists, were you?
Well, you do at least get a parade of all the people you encounter in the game, so that's pretty neat to see. So you might be thinking, if this is such a straightforward story, there must not be very much to complete, is there? And you would be exactly right. Well, there are a bunch of collectibles, mostly in the form of star shards, scattered throughout the game. These suckers can be hidden anywhere, but luckily there are badges that can help you find the shards by indicating if one is hidden in the ground or if it's in your area. And if you are really not sure of what area you can even go to, you can speak with those robed Starseers, or whatever they are, and he will tell you where to go for the star shards. For a fee, of course.
This game cements itself as one of those games that I will recommend time and time again to people who love JRPGs, and especially to players that are absolutely new to the JRPG genre. The button prop gameplay, like being able to block an enemy attack at the right time, which I didn't realize that I could do until about 10 hours in. The characters, the visuals, the areas to explore. There are just so many good qualities that this game brings to the table that I didn't even get to list them all in one video. And so with all this in mind, I give this game a spot in the game collection.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. I also stream on Twitch and have a Twitter and Instagram where I try to post daily. I will see you next time.